The galaxy had already made up its mind about humans. They were weak. That was the common belief across the stars. Many alien races had watched Earth from far away for years. They saw a species that fought among itself, made mistakes, and used machines that looked old and heavy. To them, humans were not a threat. They were just another young species that would either join the galaxy or disappear. So when the powerful alien alliance known as the Xylar Union finally arrived in Earth's system, they did not come with fear. They came with confidence. Their fleet was massive. Hundreds of ships filled the dark space near Earth. Each one was smooth, shining, and perfect in design. Blue energy lights glowed softly across their surfaces. No scratches. No damage. No history. To the Xylar, perfection was power. From their command ship, the alien leaders began scanning Earth's defenses. They expected advanced weapons. They expected powerful fleets. But what they found confused them. Human ships were different. They were not smooth. They were not perfect. They were big, heavy, and full of visible damage. Some ships had burn marks. Some had patched armor. Some looked like they had been repaired many times. The alien officers started laughing. These are their warships? They look broken. They still use metal armor? One of the scanners focused on a single ship. It was larger than the others. Slower. Older. It floated quietly near Earth's orbit. Its name appeared on the alien screen. HMS Valiant. The data shocked them. This ship was over 100 years old. Upgraded many times. But never replaced. Never retired. One alien commander leaned forward and said, "That is their strongest ship?" Another replied, "No. It is their oldest." The room filled with quiet laughter. To the Xylar Union, old meant weak. Old meant useless. They believed only the newest technology mattered. They believed only perfection survived. So they sent a message to Earth. "Show us your strongest weapon, or prepare to surrender." The message reached Earth quickly. But the response did not come right away. Minutes passed. Then something strange happened. The old ship moved. The HMS Valiant slowly turned its massive body toward the alien fleet. It did not rush. It did not show fear. It moved like it had done this many times before. Inside the alien command ship, sensors locked onto it. The readings were strange. No advanced energy shields. No modern energy weapons. No high-speed engines. Just simple systems. Old systems. The aliens became even more confident. This will be easy. But then, something felt wrong. One officer looked at the data again. "Sir, I am getting unstable readings." "What kind of readings?" "I do not understand. The ship's energy is not stable. It is layered." "Layered?" "Yes, like multiple systems are hidden under each other." The commander frowned. "That is impossible." Meanwhile, the Valiant stopped moving. It floated alone, facing hundreds of alien ships. The silence in space felt heavy. No one fired. No one spoke. Then, a message came from the human ship. It was short. Simple. "Leave now." The alien officers stared at the screen. Then they laughed again. "A threat? From that relic? This will be over quickly." The alien fleet began to move closer. Weapons powered up. Energy beams started to glow. The Valiant did not move. It did not react. It simply waited. Inside the ship, the human crew stood at their stations. Calm. Focused. No fear in their eyes. They had seen war before. They had faced enemies stronger than themselves. And they had survived. Always. Back on the alien command ship, one young officer spoke quietly. "Sir, something feels wrong." The commander looked at him. "Explain." "I do not know, but this ship, it is not acting like a weak ship." The commander ignored him. "Prepare a warning shot." A single alien ship moved forward. Its weapon charged. A bright blue beam shot across space and hit the Valiant directly. The explosion lit up the darkness. Fire spread across the human ship. Metal burned. Smoke covered it. The aliens watched closely. "Target destroyed?" one asked. They waited. Slowly. The smoke cleared. And the Valiant was still there. Damaged. Burning. But still standing. The alien officers went silent. "That is not possible. It has no shields. How is it still active?" Inside the Valiant, alarms were sounding. But the crew did not panic. The captain stood still, watching the enemy fleet through the main screen. His voice was calm. "Damage report. Minor outer armor loss, sir. System stable." The captain nodded. Then he gave a simple order. "Power up secondary systems." Deep inside the ship, something awakened. Old machines. Hidden weapons. Systems that were never shown on any scan. The ship began to change. Power levels started rising. The alien sensors reacted immediately. "Sir. Energy spike detected." "From where?" "The human ship." "That is impossible. It has no advanced systems." But the readings were clear. The Valiant was not weak. It was hiding something. Something dangerous. The commander's confidence started to break. "What is that ship?" Outside, the Valiant's surface shifted slightly. Large weapon systems slowly moved into position. Engines roared to life. Lights turned on across its body. Not smooth lights. Not perfect lights. But strong. Cold. Deadly. The captain looked forward. His voice remained calm. "Target locked." The crew waited. The alien fleet watched. No one moved. Then, the captain spoke one final command. "Fire." And in that moment, the galaxy's opinion about humans was about to change forever. The moment the captain gave the order, the HMS Valiant came alive. There was no bright energy beam. No glowing laser. No advanced alien-style weapon. Instead, a deep, heavy sound echoed inside the ship. Like something ancient waking up. "Main cannon ready," one crew member said calmly. "Target locked." The captain did not rush. "Fire." Outside, nothing flashy appeared. No light. No color. Just a small, dark object launched from the front of the Valiant. It moved slower than alien weapons. But it carried something the aliens did not understand. Massachusetts force. Power. The projectile crossed the distance between ships in seconds. One alien cruiser tried to raise its shield. The shield activated. Blue energy surrounded the ship. Then, impact. The result shocked everyone. The alien shield did not stop it. It did not even slow it down. The projectile passed through the shield like it did not exist. And then it hit the ship. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the alien cruiser broke apart. Completely. Torn into pieces. Silence filled space. Inside the alien command ship, no one spoke. "What was that?" "That is not energy-based." But our shields are designed to stop all attacks. Then why did it fail? Panic began to grow. The Xylar Union had never faced something like this. Their shields were perfect. Their technology was advanced. But this attack, it ignored everything they knew. Inside the Valiant, the crew remained calm. Target destroyed. Reloading. The captain looked at the enemy fleet. They will not understand. Not yet. Another alien ship moved forward. Faster this time. Weapons charged. Multiple ships locked onto the Valiant. Open fire. Bright beams filled space. Energy weapons struck the Valiant again and again. Explosions covered the ship. Fire spread across its surface. Metal cracked. Parts of the outer armor broke away. Inside the Valiant, the ship shook. Warning lights turned on. But the crew did not panic. Damage? Outer layers hit. Inner structure holding. Good. The captain nodded. Keep moving forward. The Valiant did something unexpected. Instead of retreating, it advanced. Slowly. Directly into enemy fire. The alien commanders were shocked. Why is it moving closer? Does it not understand danger? But the Valiant understood very well. It was built for this. It had been through worse. Inside the ship, more systems activated. Hidden layers of armor shifted. Old but strong. Each layer designed to take damage and keep going. The ship was not made to avoid war. It was made to survive it. Main cannon ready again. Fire. Another projectile launched. Another alien ship exploded. This time, the fleet reacted faster. Ships moved away. Formation broke slightly. Spread out. Do not stay in one line. Fear had started. Real fear. The Xylar Union had never experienced it before. Their technology always gave them control. But now, they were losing it. Scan that weapon. We are trying. No energy signature. No known system. This is impossible. Inside the Valiant, a young crew member asked quietly, "Sir, why are they confused?" The captain answered without looking away from the screen. Because they built their world on perfection. And we built ours on survival. Another wave of alien attacks came. Stronger this time. More ships. More weapons. The Valiant was hit again and again. Parts of its surface melted. Fire burned across its body. But it did not stop. It kept moving forward. Slow. Heavy. Unstoppable. Secondary weapons ready. Launch. This time, multiple projectiles fired. Not fast. But deadly. Each one found a target. Each one destroyed a ship. The alien fleet began to fall apart. Retreat formation. Pull back. No, hold position. Confusion spread across their command. Orders changed every second. Panic grew. One alien officer shouted, "This ship is not outdated." Another answered, "No, it is worse." "What do you mean?" "It is designed for war. Not for speed. Not for beauty. Not for perfection. But for one purpose. To win." Inside the Valiant, the captain finally spoke again. "Send them a message." The communication officer nodded. "Message ready." Send. Across space, the alien fleet received a short signal. "We warned you." No anger. No fear. Just truth. The alien commander stared at the screen. His hands were shaking. This cannot be their weakest ship. Another officer replied quietly, "What if it is?" Silence. No one answered. Outside, the Valiant continued forward. Like a storm that could not be stopped. The alien fleet fired again. But now, their attacks were desperate. Uncontrolled. Fear had taken over. And for the first time in their long history, the Xylar Union understood something new. They were not the strongest. Not here. Not against humans. The captain of the Valiant watched them carefully. He knew what was coming next. He had seen it before. In every war. In every battle. The moment when the enemy realizes they cannot win. And when that moment comes, everything changes. "Prepare for full engagement," he said calmly. The crew responded as one. "Yes, Captain." Outside, the alien fleet hesitated. Just for a second. But that second was enough. Because the Valiant was not just a ship. It was a message. And the message was clear. Humans do not fight like others. They endure. They adapt. And when pushed, they become something far more dangerous than perfection. They become unstoppable. The battle did not slow down. It changed. The Xylar fleet no longer saw the HMS Valiant as a weak, outdated ship. Now, they saw it as a problem. A dangerous one. "Analyze its structure again," the alien commander shouted. "We are trying." But the results made no sense. No clear energy core. No standard weapon system. No modern defense grid. Then how is it doing this? No one had an answer. Because the Valiant did not follow modern rules. It was not built for perfection. It was built from experience. Every part of it had a story. Every system had been changed, improved, and tested in real war. And now, it was showing its true form. Inside the Valiant, the ship shook again as more attacks hit its surface. Explosions spread across its outer armor. Fire burned. Metal cracked. But deep inside, the core systems remained untouched. Armor layer 3 holding. Damage within expected limits. The crew spoke like this was normal. Because for them, it was. The captain stood calmly. Status of internal systems? All operational. Good. He looked at the screen. The alien fleet had changed formation. They were keeping distance now. Moving faster. Trying to avoid direct hits. "They are learning," one officer said. The captain nodded. Yes. But too late. At that moment, a new alien ship moved forward. It was larger than the others. More advanced. Its surface glowed brighter. Its weapons were stronger. "That must be their command escort," someone said. The alien ship charged a massive weapon. Energy gathered at its front. Brighter than anything before. "Sir. High energy attack incoming." The captain did not react. "Hold position." The crew stayed silent. Focused. Waiting. The alien ship fired. A massive beam of pure energy shot forward. It was fast. Too fast to dodge. It hit the Valiant directly. The explosion was huge. Light filled space. The Valiant disappeared inside it. For a moment, everything went quiet. Inside the alien fleet, hope returned. That must have destroyed it. No ship can survive that. Even the commander leaned forward. Confirm target destruction. They waited. Seconds passed. Then, The light faded. And slowly, the Valiant appeared again. Damaged. Burning. But still there. Still moving. The alien commander stepped back. No. That is not possible. Inside the Valiant, alarms were loud now. Some systems were damaged. Some crew members were injured. But the ship was still alive. Report. Outer armor gone in multiple sections. Secondary hull exposed. Internal systems stable. The captain nodded. Good. He looked forward again. Now they have shown their strength. And now. He paused. We show ours. Deep inside the ship, something new activated. Not new technology. Old technology. Very old. Hidden behind layers of upgrades. A system that had not been used in a long time. Unlocking core weapon system, one officer said. Authorization confirmed. Power routing. Energy levels inside the ship began to rise. Not like alien energy. Not smooth. Not controlled. It was raw. Heavy. Dangerous. The alien sensors detected it immediately. Sir, massive energy spike. From where? The human ship again. That is impossible. But it was real. The Valiant was not just surviving. It was preparing something bigger. What is that system? The commander asked. No data found. No match in our records. Fear returned. Stronger than before. Because now, they knew they were facing something unknown. Inside the Valiant, the crew stood ready. Some were injured. Some were tired. But no one stepped back. Core weapon ready in 10 seconds. The captain's voice was calm. Target? Their command escort ship. Lock it. Outside, the alien fleet began to move again. Faster this time. Trying to escape. Trying to create distance. But it was too late. 5 seconds. The energy inside the Valiant grew stronger. The ship itself seemed to shake under the pressure. 3. The alien commander shouted. All ships, move away from that vessel. Now. 2. The crew held their breath. 1. The captain spoke. Fire. This time, it was not a projectile. It was not a beam. It was something else. A pulse. A massive wave of energy burst out from the Valiant. Not fast. But unstoppable. It moved forward like a shockwave. The alien ships tried to escape. But the wave reached them. And when it did, their systems failed. Shields collapsed. Engines stopped. Weapons shut down. The command escort ship took the full impact. For a moment, it stayed still. Then, it broke apart. Completely. Gone. The rest of the fleet drifted in space. Disabled. Silent. The battlefield became quiet again. Inside the alien command ship, no one spoke. Their screens were dark. Their systems were failing. This cannot be happening. The commander's voice was weak now. What are humans? No one answered. Because now they understood something terrifying. Humans did not build perfect machines. They built machines that could survive anything. They built machines that could adapt. They built machines that could fight, even when they were broken. Inside the Valiant, the crew slowly relaxed. Enemy systems disabled. No active threats detected. The captain looked at the silent fleet. Hold fire. He stood quietly, watching, waiting, because he knew this was not the end. This was the moment before the end. The moment when the enemy realizes the truth. And once they see it, they will never forget it. Outside, the broken alien fleet floated helplessly. And for the first time, the Xyler Union felt something they had never felt before. Not confusion. Not surprise. But fear. Real fear. Of humans. The battlefield was silent. Not because the fight was over, but because no one knew what to do next. The Xyler fleet, once perfect and powerful, now floated in space like broken machines. Their ships were still there, but most of their systems were down. Weapons were offline. Shields were gone. Engines responded slowly, or not at all. For the first time in their long history, they were helpless. Inside the alien command ship, the atmosphere had completely changed. No more confidence. No more pride. Only fear. System check, the commander ordered, but his voice was not strong anymore. Primary weapons offline. Shield grid collapsed. Engine response at 30%. What about communication? Unstable, we are trying to reconnect. The commander looked at the screen again. The HMS Valiant was still there. Floating. Watching. It did not move. It did not attack. It simply waited. And somehow, that was even more terrifying. Why are they not finishing us? One officer whispered. No one answered. Because the answer was worse than destruction. Inside the Valiant, the human crew stood at their stations. The ship was damaged. Parts of the outer hull were gone. Some systems were running at low power. But the core was strong. Still stable. Still ready. Enemy fleet disabled, Captain. Yes. Should we continue attack? The captain did not respond immediately. He looked at the alien ships. Hundreds of them. Now silent. Now weak. Then he shook his head. No. The crew looked at him. No, sir. They are no longer a threat. But they came to take Earth. Yes. And now they cannot. His voice was calm. Clear. Certain. This battle is already over. Silence filled the control room. The crew understood. Humans did not fight to destroy everything. They fought to protect. That was the difference. Open communication, the captain said. Channel open. A signal was sent across space. The alien fleet received it. The screen inside their command ship flickered. Then, a human face appeared. The captain of the Valiant. Calm. Unafraid. Looking directly at them. The alien commander froze. He had expected anger. He had expected pride. But what he saw instead was control. You attacked our system, the human captain said. His voice was steady. You were warned. No shouting. No threats. Just truth. The alien commander tried to speak, but his voice failed at first. Then he forced the words out. We've misjudged you. The human captain did not react. That is correct. Silence again. The alien commander looked around. His fleet was broken. His ships were failing. And the enemy had not even used everything. What are you? He asked quietly. The question was not about biology. It was about something deeper. Something they did not understand. The human captain answered without hesitation. We are survivors. The word echoed in the alien command room. Survivors. Not conquerors. Not destroyers. Survivors. We build from failure, the captain continued. We learn from pain. We improve from loss. He paused for a moment. That ship you see. He looked back at the Valiant. It is not our best. The alien officers felt a cold fear spread through them. It is our oldest. No one spoke. Because now, they understood. Every scar on that ship, every broken piece, every repair, was proof of something terrible. It had fought many times, and it had survived every time. The alien commander lowered his head slightly. That action alone showed how much had changed. What do you want from us? He asked. The human captain answered simply. Leave. That was all. No demands. No punishment. No revenge. Just one word. Leave. The alien commander closed his eyes for a moment. Then he gave the order. All ships, prepare for retreat. No one questioned him. No one argued. Because everyone felt it. If they stayed, they would not survive. Inside the Valiant, the crew watched as the alien fleet slowly began to move. Engines restarted. Systems came back online, slowly. Ships turned away from Earth. One by one. Captain, they are retreating. Yes. Should we follow? No. The captain shook his head again. Let them go. The crew relaxed slightly. But the captain kept watching. Because he knew. This moment mattered. More than the battle itself. This was the moment when a message was sent. Not through weapons. But through understanding. The alien fleet began to leave the system. Slow at first. Then faster. No formation. No pride. Just escape. Inside the alien command ship, the commander looked back one last time. The Valiant was still there. Still watching. Still silent. And in that moment, he realized something that would change everything. If this was humanity's weakest, then their strongest must be beyond imagination. He turned away. Jump coordinates ready. Activate. The alien fleet disappeared into deep space. Gone. The battlefield was empty again. Inside the Valiant, the crew stood quietly. No cheering. No celebration. Just calm. Because for them, this was not something new. They had done this before. And they would do it again if needed. The captain looked at Earth on the screen. Blue. Peaceful. Safe. Stand down from combat, he ordered. Yes, Captain. Systems slowly powered down. Weapons returned to rest. The old ship became quiet again. Like it had never fought at all. But its scars remained. Proof of what it had done. Proof of what it could do again. The captain spoke one last time. Softly. Almost to himself. They finally understood. Outside, the stars were silent. But somewhere far away, the Xylar Union would remember this day. They would remember the old human ship. The one they called obsolete. The one that broke their fleet. The one that showed them the truth. Humans were not weak. They were not perfect. They were something far more dangerous. They were unbreakable. The battle was over. But the story had just begun. Far away from Earth, deep in Xylar Union space, the surviving fleet returned home. Their ships were damaged. Their systems unstable. Their formation broken. They did not look like a victorious fleet. They looked like survivors. Inside the central command world of the Xylar Union, leaders gathered. They had watched the battle. Every second. Every failure. Every moment of fear. And now, they were silent. This report must be wrong, one elder said. It is confirmed, another replied. Our fleet was defeated by a single ship. A single, outdated ship. The word felt strange now. Outdated. It no longer meant weak. It meant something else. Something dangerous. The main commander of the fleet stepped forward. He had returned alive. But he was not the same. We made a mistake, he said. His voice was calm. But heavy. We believed humans were behind us. We believed they were less advanced. We believed perfection meant strength. He paused. Then continued. We were wrong. The room remained silent. Because no one could argue. They had seen it. With their own eyes. What did you face? One elder asked. The commander looked at the large screen. An image of the HMS Valiant appeared. Damaged. Scarred. Burning. But still strong. We faced experience. The elders did not understand. Explain. That ship, he said slowly, was not built once. It was built many times. He walked closer to the screen. Every mark on it was a lesson. Every repair was an improvement. Every battle made it stronger. The elders listened carefully now. Because this was something new. Alien technology was designed to be perfect from the start. They did not rebuild. They replaced. They upgraded clean systems. They removed failure. But humans, they kept failure and turned it into strength. The commander continued. Their technology is not better than ours. But their thinking is. That sentence changed everything. What do you mean? Another elder asked. They do not fear damage. They expect it. They prepare for it. They survive it. The room grew colder. Because now they understood the real danger. Not the ship. Not the weapons. But the idea behind them. What about their weapons? One elder asked. They ignored our shields. Yes. How? We do not know. Silence again. That answer was even worse. Unknown. Unpredictable. Dangerous. And the energy pulse, another asked. What was that? The commander shook his head. No record. No match. No explanation. The Xylar Union had never faced something they could not explain. Until now. And their behavior, one elder asked quietly. Why did they not destroy you? The commander closed his eyes for a moment. Then answered. Because they did not need to. That answer shocked them. They could have finished us. But they chose not to. Why? Because they had already won. Silence filled the room again. The idea was difficult to accept. Victory without destruction. Power without fear. Strength without pride. These were not concepts the Xylar Union understood. But humans did. What did the human commander say? One elder asked. The commander looked up. His voice softened. He said, they are survivors. The word echoed again. Survivors. Not rulers. Not conquerors. Survivors. The meaning was now clear. They do not fight to show power, the commander continued. They fight to protect. And when they fight. He paused. They do not stop. The elders looked at each other. This was not just a new enemy. This was a new kind of force. One that could not be measured by technology alone. "What is your recommendation?" the highest elder asked. The commander answered without hesitation. "Avoid conflict with humans. Observe them. Learn from them. But do not challenge them again." The room was quiet. Then slowly, the highest elder nodded. Agreed. The decision was made. For the first time in their history, the Xyler Union chose caution over expansion, chose learning over control, chose survival over pride. Because now, they understood what humans truly were. Meanwhile, near Earth, the HMS Valiant remained in orbit. Repair teams moved across its surface, fixing damage, replacing armor, strengthening systems. The ship was quiet again. But it was not resting. It was improving. As always. Inside, the captain stood alone for a moment, looking at the stars. He knew the battle was over. But he also knew it would not be the last. Because the galaxy had changed. Now, other races would hear about this. They would come. Some with fear. Some with curiosity. Some with challenge. And when they did, humans would be ready. As always. A young officer approached him. "Captain, do you think they will return?" The captain thought for a moment. Then answered simply, "No. But others will." The officer nodded slowly. "Are we ready?" The captain looked at the Valiant around him. Old. Damaged. But strong. Then he smiled slightly. "We are always ready." Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. Silent. Watching. Waiting. Because somewhere in the darkness, the story of humans had just begun to spread. And once it did, nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again. The story of that battle did not stay quiet. It spread. Faster than any ship. Faster than any signal. Across star systems, through trade routes, into hidden networks. Everyone heard about it. A single human ship. Old. Damaged. Obsolete. And yet, it had faced one of the strongest fleets in the galaxy. And won. Not by numbers. Not by advanced technology. But by something else. Something no one fully understood. Across the galaxy, different races reacted in different ways. Some did not believe it. It is a lie. Propaganda. No outdated ship can defeat a Xyler fleet. Others were curious. If this is true, what kind of species are humans? And some felt fear. Real fear. Because they understood what this meant. If humans could do that with their oldest ship, then what were they hiding? What were they building? What had they not shown yet? Far from Earth, in a distant system, a hidden observation station recorded everything. Unknown to most. Some races had been watching humanity for a long time. Not to attack. Not to help. But to study. One of these observers spoke quietly. "So, it has begun." Another replied, "Yes. They have revealed themselves." "What do you think?" A long pause. Then, "They are exactly what we feared." "Explain." "They are not strong because of their technology. They are strong because they never stop improving it." The room went silent. Because that kind of species was the hardest to predict. Back near Earth, life continued. People lived normally. They did not see the battle. They did not hear the explosions. They only knew one thing. They were safe. Above them, the HMS Valiant still floated in orbit. Repairs were almost complete. Its damaged armor had been replaced. Its systems updated again. Stronger than before. Because that is what humans always did. They learned. They improved. Inside the ship, the crew moved as usual. No celebration. No pride. Just quiet work. Because for them, this was not the end. It was just another step. The captain stood in the control room, looking at a new report. It came from deep space. Long-range signals. Movement. Ships. Not Xyler. Different. Unknown. He read it carefully. Then closed the file. Call the senior officers, he said. Minutes later, they gathered. New contact, one asked. Yes. Hostile? Unknown. Silence. The captain looked at them. They are coming closer. Should we prepare defenses? The captain nodded. We always prepare. The officers understood. There was no fear in the room. Only focus. Only readiness. Because they knew something others did not. Peace never lasts forever. And when the next threat comes, you must be ready before it arrives. Outside, the Valiant slowly turned. Facing deep space. Waiting. Not for war, but ready for it. Far away, in the Xyler Union, the leaders continued to study human data. They changed their strategies. Their thinking. Their understanding. One elder spoke during a council meeting. We must redefine strength. The others listened. Strength is not perfection. It is not speed. It is not appearance. He paused. Strength is survival. And humans have mastered it. No one disagreed. Because now, they knew the truth. Back near Earth, the young officer stood beside the captain again. Sir, do you think we will ever stop fighting? The captain looked out at the stars. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then, no. The officer looked surprised. No? No. The captain's voice was calm. There will always be challenges. There will always be danger. That is the nature of the universe. He turned slightly. But that is also what makes us stronger. The officer thought about it. Then nodded. I understand. The captain looked back at the stars. So we do not fight because we want to. He paused. We fight because we must. Outside, the Valiant stood alone. Old. Scarred. But ready. A symbol. Not of power. But of endurance. And far beyond, new ships moved silently through space. Watching. Waiting. Learning. Some came with curiosity. Some with caution. And some with plans. The galaxy had noticed humanity. And now, everything would change. Because the next time someone asked, what are humans? There would be an answer. A clear one. They are not the strongest. They are not the fastest. They are not the most advanced. But they are the ones who survive. No matter what. And that is why the galaxy fears them. As the stars stretched endlessly ahead, the captain gave one final order. Stay ready. The crew answered together. Always. And in the silence of space, the story of humanity continued. Not as rulers, Not as destroyers, but as something far more powerful. Survivors. And this time, the whole galaxy was watching.